See who comes in. I'm not going to be long. Well, I hope not, because I'm watching something. Decided to chill out tonight because I don't do a lot of watching anything, but I'm going to watch The Discovery of Witches. The Discovery of Witches, I'm enjoying it, so even though it's hard when I watch films now or series, because I'm always like, oh yeah. So we'll see if anyone comes in first, because this is how I feel on the subject of Gesara and Nersara, if I've said that right. I always get it wrong, but hey ho. And on the subject, people getting greedy over certain things about it. Hi Ron. So just give it a few more minutes. So like I said, I'm going to chill out and watch. Hiya mate, I saw you commenting on someone's thing before, someone from Not a Very Good Nice channel. Don't know if that was good or bad, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, The Discovery of Witches I'm watching. I'm enjoying it. I also got this book today, which makes me laugh because I'm watching The Discovery of Witches, which makes me laugh about this book, and also the bookmark I got inside it, which is from Oxford, Blackwell Broad, the part of Trinity College. I thought, oh, Trinity College, it says down here, and then that's in Oxford. It's in Oxford, so vintage edition bookmark, but I just thought, so it's quite funny. Trinity. And this book, ladies, you need this book. You know when you read a book, then you start a book, you either get like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll get into it. This book, for women, straight away I was like, oh my God. I mean, obviously, because to me it's a bit witchy-woo, because, you know, as wild women who run with wolves. Now, if you've read this, fine. If you haven't and you're looking for a really good autumn winter read, women, get this book. I'm just going to read a little bit of what it's about before I start talking about something else. Well, there you go, Emmett. Know what madness is and what madness isn't. It's up to you, isn't it? Who said the mad? I was talking about you commenting on something before of a person who is another person, a third person who's absolutely obsessed with putting crap on my channel. So, funny that, isn't it? Yeah, so this book for women, like I said, it says, I'll just read a little bit on the back of the book. Women Who Run with the Wolves isn't just another book. It's a gift of a profound insight, wisdom and love of an oracle from one who knows. I mean, my sort of thing, I'm into witchy stuff, you know, it is all alchemy, baby. Everything's alchemy. That's what the witches knew. Wise women and wise men as well. It's all nature. It's all alchemy. But it says on the back of the book, yeah, that person just didn't get what I was saying. Within every woman, there lives a powerful force, filled with good instincts, passionate creativity, and ageless knowing. She is the wild woman. Wild stands for nature. That's why, you know, witches are called wild women. Wild women, who represents the instinctual nature of women. But this is an endangered species. No shit, Sherlock tried to suppress that female divine energy, haven't they? In Women Who Run with Wolves. It's just really, really good, honestly. It says, a deeply spiritual book. She honours what is tough, smart and untamed in women. Because we're not all weaklings like some men out there seem to think we are. And it's the myths and stories of wild women. Now, myths aren't myths. The stories handed down that have probably changed over time. Doesn't mean they're not true. And inside it just gives a little bit of, you know, what people have said about it. Hi, Laurie. And it does say inside, millennia of humans have gathered around fires to hear words that transferred hard-won wisdom and allowed dreams of unlimited possibilities. In a modern world that limits wisdom, as we know, to facts. Fact checkers and facts, left-brained. And women's access even to those. And then there's a few bits in it. Stands out, people have put the words on it. Stands out from the pack, a joy and a sparkle in the prose. This book will become a Bible for women interested in doing deep work. It is the road of the map of all the pitfalls whose familiar and those horrifically unexpected that a woman encounters on the way back to their instinctual self. It's a really good book. I'd just like to throw that out there if you want to read anything over winter. And then someone's put... where was it? With lyrical power and grace, Clarissa, I said it's Pinkola, I'm not sure, brings forth the ancient wisdom of our ancestors and applies contemporary, a bit dyslexic, insight that makes these stories jump within meaning of our spiritually hungry souls. She invites women and men alike into the realm of the spirit. I mean, we know this. Well, some of us do. Of spirit of truth. A spirit that heals. Because this is what we're doing. A spirit that heals. We're all going through healing. A spirit that heals, awakens, challenges, connects, and laughs. This book will be honoured in generations to come as the one of the truly profound spiritual testimonies of our time. Oh yes. And then a little bit that I was reading, I did highlight because I was like, I mean, I know this. I've been into, if you want to say witchy stuff, alchemy, the occult, things that hidden, not that dark side, for a long time. These words, wild woman, cause women to remember who they are and what they are about. They create a metaphor. Now that just made me laugh because I talk in metaphor and understand metaphors, and sometimes when I'm speaking to people around me, they're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking in a different language for? It's like, I'm not talking in a different language. If you were on it, you'd know it. 17 in the house, thank you. They create a metaphor to describe the force, the force of nature, the energy, the magic, the prana, whatever you want to call it, in nature, which is in everything. Doesn't say that in the book, by the way. Describe the force with the funds, or which funds all females. They personify a force that women cannot live without. I was like, boom. Boom, boom, boom. This is why I have this tattoo on my arm, and I've had it on here for quite a few years. It's meant to be Gaia, Mother Earth, but in an embodiment of a person. So that's what happens like in the Bible and stuff like that. You get, some things are drawn as people when sometimes they're energies and other things like the stars and the planets and so on and so forth. But anyway, I'm just chucking it out there. This is what I've come to chat about. But just women, men can read it, but women, if you're interested, Women Who Run with Wolves, really good read for this time of year. You'll love it, and you'll start understanding a little bit more about yourself, how powerful you are about yourself. It's brilliant, 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 brilliant. I like to share. So anyway, the other day, I used to make potion. Yeah. The other day, hi Josephine and anyone who's watching. The other day, I know it might have been yesterday, I mentioned about I'll probably get this wrong again. I don't know if it mentioned it or it came up, and some people going, oh, it's New World Order. I was like, I don't think it is, but each their own. Gesara, Nersara. Now, I know I always get it wrong. Gesara, I think, is America, and then I think Nersara, if I've got it the right way around, is worldwide. And people on all sorts of different channels are going on about how they think, tax reliefs and, your mortgages are going to go, all this, that, and this. And that's where a lot of people are getting confused. I don't know if that's actually how it's going to go down. I do believe we are going to get something back over time, and maybe certain things like certain taxes will go because we didn't make the wars, they do. They make the man-made wars to kill our strong men off and blah, 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 and most of the stuff most people know, so we really shouldn't be paying taxes on it when it's not our fault. And then look what the Gesara's worldwide, all right, Gesara's worldwide and Nersara's America, you know, which way round it is. And this, that, and the other. And I see a lot of people commenting when they go and watch videos that are doing it, going, where's my money? When's my money coming? What are we getting? Because people have put that out there, that some people have put out like, oh, we're going to get thousands back at everyone around the world. I do believe there's something coming which will slowly roll out. But I believe personally what this person's done a video on, this is how I believe it will come out before any of that. And I think the people who are shouting out, you know, where's my money? When's this coming in? You're not really coming from a heart space, you're coming from a greedy space, because that's not what it's about, first of all. First of all. It's a bit like the people who are shouting out about where's Hillary, this, that, and the other, when they don't understand how big it is and how you have to get the justice system in first, and you have to get that all around the world for when that hits, which it's going to. And they don't understand that. But just saying. So, the lovely Santa Surfing has put one up, and most people have seen it, but how she put it out is exactly what I think. There's certain people that need it before any of us lot in countries that don't even have running water. Free energy, running water, blah, 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 blah. Certain things that need to come in, like I said the other day, with veterans. When I heard her say it, not that I don't watch her channel a lot, I've only seen a couple of them, I thought, yeah, that's how I see it. And how new jobs will come in with certain things with the children, veterans, all sorts of different ways that are beautiful, because we're all right. These people, some people have nothing. It'll be going to the people who are more vulnerable first, but there'll be things trickling out, and I believe people are going to see things, and people have been already seeing the effects of that because they're apparently tested. So no, I don't believe it's a new world order thing at all. And if it was their way, the way they would do it, yes, they'd be taking money off everyone. They were doing that anyway. It would be different. The cashless society, everyone's screaming about. Trump's brought gold and silver back. It's gold and silver back. You're still going to have cash anyway. People need to look into that a little bit more. And then she does talk about, hi Effie, she does talk about AI as well, because people get so caught up in the AI. Not all AI is bad. There's AI that can work as benevolent, not nefarious, not, do you know what I mean? So I'm just going to play a little bit of this in a minute, because this is how I see it. This is what I resonate with. You might not, I do. Some people believe in it, some people don't. But I'm just going to show you what I resonate with. But before that, going to show you something. I know someone shouted out this the other day, and I was getting mixed up thinking it was the one when Trump first got in. But we will have a look at the old Nigel Farage and what Nigel Farage said about the Trumpster. So we're nearly there, folks. So let me just find it. Yeah, she is good, but like I say, I don't watch a lot of stuff anymore because I'm doing other stuff and things like that too. I think... There it is. This was great. Hang on. Nigel Farage describes Donald Trump as the single most resilient and bravest person I've ever met in my life after the US President brought him on stage at a rally in Arizona. Now, was this the last one, or was it the one when he first came in? I'm assuming it's this one. So let's have a look. And even if it isn't, it was brilliant anyway, because I remember the first one, so I don't know if anyone knows. I remember the first one that he did when Trump first got in. So is this the latest rally? Oh yeah, Nigel's all right. Is this the latest one? Anyway, we're going to listen to it anyway, whatever. Because Nigel's good, and all he says it is, and people get triggered. We like people who say it is. We don't want pussyfooting around, Oh, love is light, but we're going to do it like this. No, we want the truth.
I got to say, 4 years ago, I was honoured to come to America to bring the Brexit message. The message that you can...
All right, so this is the recent one. Yep, let's go back again. Oh, where are we going with that? Right.
I got to say, 4 years ago, I was honoured to come to America to bring the Brexit message. The message that you can beat the establishment. And... that is what Donald Trump
We can,
did.
and we are.
He beat the pollsters, he beat the media, he beat all the predictions, And here's the worst bit, they've never forgiven him for it. They've never, ever forgiven him.
That's why they hate him so much.
4 years trying to delegitimise him. 4 years of the Russia hoax.
And all the people out there slagging him off and going against him and doing silly little hate videos because they don't understand what's going on and can't even see it because they all think it's from the other side. It's not. They'll say that about Farage as well.
4 years of the false impeachment. Most human beings under that barrage would have given up. This is the single most resilient and bravest person I have ever met in my life.
Just saying. Gonna get a top saying, just saying. Nigel Farage is great too. Brings a lot of truth, but people get confused, you know, say certain things. So that was that. So that was brilliant. And I'm glad he's gone over again. Oh, wait till Julian Assange comes out with his stuff. And anyway, let's go over to the lovely Santa Surfing, because she also did a bit about Trump with the song that first came out that got him in. 33 in chat again and 8 again. It's happening again. Christ conscious, not going on there. 8 infinity. If anyone, I can't play the song, but it was that. Who do you think you are? Do 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 do. Can't remember the song. Na, 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 na. Was to this when he first came out and did his what's it called when he got in when he got in, can't remember what the thing is. Thunder, lightning. Do you remember that song? Thunder. I don't know what the song is. Who do you think you are? Yeah, I had a bit of a funny morning, but you know, when I get on me talking about my stuff, I love it. So let me find it.
Took the law.
Not a yes sir, not a follower. Oh, sorry, I'm in the mood now. I'm gonna have to find that song. What's it called? I don't even know what it's called. Thunder. They put the thunder to the Trump song and went to the Trump when he first got in. Oh, and it was Ace. It was Ace with JFK Jr. pulling your finger with the guy with the bald head. Let me see if I can just find it because I do love it. Well, ooh. Yeah, thunder. Right, I'm going to thunder. I can't play it, so I'm going to have to sing it, which is probably going to be bad, but let me see. I have to get that frequency in and that high vibe in. Oh, they're doing all the Borat crap, talking about that, which is a load of crappy crap. Thunder. What's it called? Thunderstruck. I don't know. Yeah, is it Imagine Dragons? Love Imagine Dragons. Is it them? Oh yeah. Oh. Let's find the lyrics. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Who do you think you are? Oh yeah, so it goes thunder. Probably get the tune wrong and everything. Thunder goes on for a bit like that. Thunder. Just a young gun with a quick fuse. Don't know the tune. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things. Don't know the tune, remember. And wanna leave my old life behind. Oh yeah, we do. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold. Have a seat in the foyer. Take my number. I was the lightning before the thunder. Thunder. You need to go and listen to it. It's great, especially when you're watching it with Trump. And then kids were playing in my kids were laughing in my classes while I was scamming for the masses. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. We're all stars. They say you're basic, they say you're not easy. You're always riding in the backseat. Now I'm smiling from the stage, oh yes. While you were clapping in the nosebleeds. They're all going to have nosebleeds. Oh my God, thunder. Oh, I love it, brilliant. Anyway, it goes on and on and on. Who do you think you are? Hi, Revel. Isn't it funny how some people have removed the comments because they don't want people to see on certain channels? Hilarious. Right, they don't want to see the truth. People have a problem with seeing the truth. So, Let's go over to Santa Surfing. Gonna turn out for Pensing for So let's have a look. So they went to this video. That song went to this video. Melania's speech as well. She's just great. Great woman, great man. Behind every great man's a great woman. Behind every good man's a good woman. So that's all I'm saying. Hello, Pam. So let's play this bit.
20 days.
Trigger some people.
There are some modifications.
Right.
Signed in 2000. It was supposed to have been announced on.
And this is what I mean. You can go and look at what she said on this because it's long and I'm not playing it all. I'm just playing the bit that I'm going to play with the title. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, friend seems good. I know. If you're not bothered, you should leave the comments on. You know, when you're doing something on someone, that's what I would say. Let other people read what's being said about the person you're talking about. So, try and find
Listen to this again today. I love this speech. Probably one of my favorite.
One of my favorites.
Trump speeches. There's a couple of others, but this is one of my favorites because
get in the mood.
It got me emotional. So let's go ahead and listen to this. It's titled Our Movements.
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exist for only one reason: to protect and enrich itself. The establishment has trillions of dollars at stake in this election. For those who control the levers of power in Washington and for the global special interest, they partner with these people that don't have your good in mind. Our campaign represents a true existential threat like they haven't seen before. This is not simply another 4-year election. This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, reclaim control over our government. The political establishment that is trying to stop us is the same group responsible for our disastrous trade deals, massive illegal immigration, and economic and foreign policies that have bled our
Wait to see what's going to come out on David Cameron.
country dry. The political establishment has brought about the destruction of our factories and our jobs as they flee to Mexico, China, and other countries all around the world. It's a global power structure that is responsible for the economic decisions that have robbed our working class, stripped our country of its wealth, and put that money into the pockets of a handful of large corporations and political entities. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation.
The world.
This will be our last chance.
Remember, it's every
to save it.
nation.
This election will determine whether we're a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system, and our system is rigged. This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it.
Oh, we do now.
The Clinton machine is at the center of this power structure. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents.
Julian!
Hillary Clinton meets in secret
Get ready for Julian.
with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. Honestly, she should be locked up.
Oh, she will be locked
The
up.
most powerful
Boom.
weapon
He
deployed
said
by
this
the
when he got in.
Clintons is the corporate media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves. Anyone who challenges their control is deemed a sexist, a racist, a xenophobe. They will lie, and then again, they will do worse than that.
That isn't her. That is not Hillary. That is not Hillary.
The Clintons are criminals, remember that. This is well documented. And the establishment that protects them is engaged in a massive cover-up of widespread criminal activity at the State Department and the Clinton Foundation in order to keep the Clintons in power. They knew they would throw every lie they could at me and my family and my loved ones. They knew they would stop at nothing to try to stop me. Nevertheless, I take all of these slings and arrows gladly for you. I take them for our movement.
We have as well.
So that we can have our country back. I knew this
What
day would
movement?
arrive. It's only a question
17
of when.
thumbs up.
And I knew the American people would rise above it.
Get to the 45, 46 president, the 17 would be hilarious.
The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough
Worldwide,
to save
people,
our
it's not just
country
American.
is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt
It is Effie.
establishment
It
is
is
you, the
finished.
American people.
Why all the
Our
energies
great
are coming in.
civilization has come upon a moment of
Thank
reckoning.
you, is it
I
Leona?
didn't
The
need
new
to do
energy is
this.
emerging, thank
I
goodness.
built a
It
great
is.
company,
It is.
and I
It's
had
what
a
we've been
wonderful
trying to
life.
say.
I could have enjoyed the fruits and benefits of years of successful business deals and businesses for myself and my family. Instead of going through this absolute horror show of lies, deceptions, malicious attacks, who would have thought? I'm doing it because this country has given me so much.
So he's giving back.
And I feel so strongly that it's my turn to give back to the country that I love. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement, and we will take back this country for you, and we will make America great again.
And the world. Every country's got to take the country back. Oh.
Wow.
Sorry, it gets me every time. People go, oh, it's because of the music, because it gets you, it's meant to get you like that. No, do your research, folks. I love it. There is new energies, they're in, I'm saying the very, very, very strong, the energies that I've been picking up. The veils are very thin. It's just amazing what's going on. Like we all know, it's multi-layered, multi-dimensional. Everyone thinks it's politics. It's not politics. Hi, Danny. And Revel, hi, Revel. But if you see that with the Thunder song, it's amazing. It's amazing with that music as well, because you're just like, oh my God. Oh my God, I tuned in at the right time. I hadn't seen that. Wow, I've got goosebumps. Have you not seen it? Thank you, you're new as well. Is it Sandra? If you haven't seen it, they're probably trying to hide it. That is, I've seen it. I watched that loads of times and it just gets you on there, you know. Oh, because it's not just America, it's the world. It's amazing. It's a domino effect happening. She also goes into a few other things that we're going to share now as well, but I had to show that because I love it. I had to put my hand there. Feel American, but we know this is a worldwide thing. Thank you for new people coming in. I just get so excited and we're nearly there. We're nearly there. I've got the JFK Jr. painting up there. I need to do prints. Oh, where we go, one Baza. Exactly. So I'm going to play the next bit about Gesara, Nersara, whatever you call it, because I always get it wrong, of how 45 was in the house and I saw it. How I see it, not this greediness of where we want our money, when we want this. The veterans and the children and all that, and people in countries that don't have running water, etc., need it first. And this is how I see it, not how other people have been putting it out. That was a brilliant video. Not seen it before either. You should you sound local to me. Probably am up north. Yeah, that's on Santa Surfing channel. This is why we share stuff, because some people haven't seen stuff. I've seen this ages ago. You know, a lot of stuff was put on the queue as well. So you know, let's play the next bit.
Isn't it amazing the faces that we saw in that video we don't see anymore?
If any of the mods can find this, it's Santa Surfing on Gesara and Nersara. I always get it wrong, Gesara.
Where are they, right?
You can go and watch
Then
it yourself.
President
I'm not playing all
Trump
of it.
won the election, and he, with his teams, knew they had a huge worldwide task ahead.
I don't watch a lot of stuff now.
Gesara takes care of getting rid of the corruption, and it starts to pave the way for the beauty and the greatness. That was the big task ahead. Humanity is the key. It's the most important. Now, this world has suffered enough, guys, being a slave to the corporate people.
This is why when people go on, yes, it's a spiritual war, but humanity is key. Us humans, you know, hue of colour, we're all different colours, are doing this worldwide together. for this physical realm we're in. So, you know, like I said, there's two realms we're in. It's about balance, but this is happening. It's happening up there. It happens here. That's why this is important to the people who think it isn't. We're not talking about getting caught up in stuff, because that's what we've got to let go of. If we want a new world, not a new world order, a new earth and a new way, we have to up-earth everything. Everything has to be transparent, like Trump's always said, and we have to bring it out, and that's how we heal after that, because Q's not always going to be here. This isn't, and it's a worldwide awakening. People still moaning about, oh, it's not what, it's happening worldwide. It has to happen worldwide. It is happening. You can see it everywhere.
Controlled our countries, our technology, communications, money, healthcare, businesses, and so much more. Now, while America was thought to be the land of the free, we were far from that.
Hang on. I'm not going through all of it.
So there's going to be different needs for different countries.
Right,
now, some for the world, this may make ends meet. President Trump is working and have veterans, our military guys that have lived in shacks. I look at it, he's a stand trial. We start the corruption all over again. That is why it is so important to get President Trump reelected. This is the Q post that was posted September 25th of 2020. Some will take the easy path and exit early, guys. In my opinion, about this. What that is they got executed.
Where's Hanks lately?
We don't want to go ahead and stand trial. We don't see a chance for Joe Biden winning. We're done. We're gone. Please take our life. So that's how I look at it. He's, again, the corrupt people have to be dealt with. They have to face their fate, whether it's life in prison, life at Gitmo. It has to be dealt with. So one of the biggest prizes for Nersara is humanitarian needs, guys. There are people, guys, that have lived in shacks most of their lives. And
humanitarian needs. So when, like I said before, people are coming into people's chats, because I've seen them, I'm observing what's going on, because this is the Great Awakening, and a lot of us are here to see this actual, everyone waking up. But some people shout out, where's my money? People are saying that yeah, there are people chucking things out about this, saying, oh, you're going to get this much. I don't actually believe that. I believe it's going to come out in a different way, more on this term. Things coming in the end and things drop down, like taxes and so on and so forth, that we've all been pulled into, that we don't need to. Yes, I believe that. But the way she's put it over, this is how I see it. So people that really need it, veterans and so on and so forth.
Never known what it's like to have heat or air conditioning or a pillow or a blanket, or let's say a veteran that could not get immediate and proper treatment under the pre-Trump Veterans Administration, where they had to wait months or years.
So let's get that right. The pre-Trump. It wasn't Trump, it was the pre-Trump. So let's get that right.
To see a doctor, and they've ended up homeless because they needed some help, but then they ended up spending money to get some medicine or whatever it was, and then they ended up getting broke and homeless. That's not right. They fought for our freedom. These are veterans, our military, our families that end up homeless and on the street, or those people that just could not catch a break because they're yours.
Yeah, Julian Assange. I mean, they've got him. They've got all the evidence. You know, they can't stop what's coming. I can't wait for him to. Oh yeah.
So deep in medical debt, or seniors that are working so hard just to make ends meet. President Trump is working and has worked every single day for exactly these needs, humanity, since his very first hour. And I'm not.
And he has, because if anyone takes the look at the Q map at the bottom of it, it starts at crimes against humanity, human abuse. We've all been abused, and every way they've got us.
It's talking about for America, guys. This is for the world. So now I'm going to dive into information that was given to us by our angel Anon, which is humanitarian projects. I may be repeating myself for those that have listened to.
Oh, have you? What, Purple Rain and all that? Oh, he was a star seed, Michael Jackson. Oh, yeah.
I show since the beginning, which I'm so grateful for. But I want to give you some.
Yes, I have seen the uncanny resemblance to John G. Trump and Julian Assange. They both look like each other. Talk about time travelers. Yeah, I've been through all of that. Yeah.
Updated information. All right. So the humanitarian project.
I did a video a few years ago where I cut them pictures up and put them next to each other. I did the JFK Jr. one. I did Julian Assange.
will roll out as infrastructure projects all over the world through a government agency. The agency name right now is pending at this time, I think, because the angel Anon did not want to
And
release.
it's like she says in this, it has to be rolled out slowly. You can't go, ooh, we've got the cure for this, and then everyone goes, oh my God, there'll be a stampede. So it has to come under certain ways and then come out.
That this agency will be asking for people with all different backgrounds and skills to help with these projects. How cool is that? The priority will depend on particular countries' needs. For an example,
Good
the
people.
priority for America is the homelessness and the elderly care homes. Those are the two big priorities. Of course, veterans.
And that's a big
homelessness
priority
for
worldwide,
veterans,
really.
homelessness in general. Now, priority, let's say, for other countries could be that they need to be more self-sustained. Maybe for another country, it's about something that has to do with energy. So there's going to be different needs for different.
Thank you. Is it Leona? Not been in before. We are going through our own awakening here in Australia. It is happening now. We knew you'd go for your own awakening because with the lockdown and everything, it was making people rise in Australia. That's why it went through lockdown, because someone from Australia said that Australia's never done this before. They haven't stood up for something and protested, and they had to do it themselves. This is why Q said a while back that people cannot be told, because you can't tell people, they don't believe it. You know, even the people that try to troll Trump, they don't believe it. You are going to be shown, and then you'll rise. And that's what's happening worldwide if people take the rose-tinted glasses off and actually have a look what's going on.
Countries. Now, some people were asking, because I took some of your questions and I put this together for our Angel Anon, so I'm giving you kind of the summarized version. People were asking, how can I take care of children that came from some of these that survived human trafficking?
See, the kids who will be surviving from the human trafficking, there'll be people who want to look after them, but they'll be properly vetted and made sure, you know, this, that and the other. And because these children are going to need looking after, there's loads of them, you know, and they'll be traumatised and everything. They need healing and they need a lot of love. So, yeah.
This is the answer. The children that came from
It is a
abusive
divine
backgrounds
timing,
or
yeah.
that survived human trafficking, that life, they'll be given the best opportunity to be taken by legitimate, fully vetted families worldwide.
So what I'm saying, when people call out channels saying, oh, people are saying he's a saviour, no one said that. He's just part of the plan, and we're all part of that plan too. You know, we've come here to see this. A lot of us are observing what's going on. We're observing people waking up. It's beautiful. We're observing people go through the pain and the hate and the screaming and the shouting. And when you first wake, we're observing that. It's beautiful. I've been saying this for months and months and months. I've been saying it for ages. Most of you who watch me know I've been saying this for a long time. We're seeing it more and more and more. It's quickening. The quickening. It's quickening. It's happening. People who say it's not happening need to get their heads out of the ground, because I don't know where your head is at. People go on, it's a spiritual warfare. Yes, we know even people on the spiritual side haven't even got a clue. They say they have. You've got people like Alison, what's her name? Quite a big channel going on about Biden's good, hasn't got a clue. She thinks that Trump's really sick. Yeah, right, okay. A lot of people in the community, they don't even know what's going on. A lot of us do. And you know, a lot of people out there will say, oh yeah, well, I believe in the laws of the universe and how manifestation happens, you know, up there first, down here. Well, that's why it is manifesting here, because it's manifested there, so it has to manifest in the physical. Oops, looks like Trump, looks like a load of patriots worldwide, where we all awaken and rise, and that's what's happening.
Wide. How beautiful is that? Oh my gosh, I know many of you are just, you have your arms wide open, and that's how you communicate to me. That's how you communicate to others. I cannot imagine if any of you took.
Isn't it going to be beautiful though? There's going to be people all around the world, could be me, you, anybody, that are going to may go into jobs if it's called for, where you're going to want to help people, help children, help people, discuss new things and solutions and all that. I think so in time. I think it's beautiful when we get over the bit of the stuff that's about to come that people don't know what's coming. And I've been saying, get your mindset ready, people.
In a child or children that came from this kind of background.
Oh, yeah. CNN and NBC are fear-mongering. They'll lie about the polls whatsoever, but it doesn't matter, because he'll still get in, because it's all, but they will. They're already trying to say that Biden's winning by 80%. No, he isn't. I don't think so.
Just love them, and how it will change their life, and they will be feeling love like they've never felt before. That would be a beautiful world for them alone. Is just
Khan will be going down. They know about it.
Humanitarian projects will be a big part of getting rid of unemployment worldwide. These projects will be employers.
Trump's tweets.
There will be humanitarian centers, which is really great, and they will be online sites to help recruit people worldwide. Can you imagine looking for a job and then suddenly you see a project for building homes for veterans or for homelessness in a certain
Everyone's going to be able to put the skills to proper use. You know, it'd be really, really good.
city, oh my gosh, how, and you would be able to partake in something like that. That would be massive. This is a massive
Giving back.
global
Remember,
project.
when you get into the so-called, knowing the self, the spiritual side, service to others, a lot of us can go into service for others. Oh my God, recruitment centres, wow. Yeah, I believe that would more be in alignment with what would happen. And then the service to others, and you can go and do that. So that's how I'm not saying, this is the God's honest truth, but I'm saying this is how I would see it more than what people are going on about money and this and the other, which I do believe that will come in the end. But the people who need it first and the build-up of new systems and infrastructures and getting homeless off the streets and looking after the older people, because we all know they put older people in nursing homes and they're not given the right stuff. I'm not saying about the carers, I'm saying the stuff they're given to kill them off quicker. We all know this has been going on.
Not just America, it's worldwide, folks. President Trump, he signed, remember how he was funding several different infrastructure bills, like back in April?
Yep.
This is with interest rates for the United States being at zero. This is the time to do our decades-long waited infrastructure bill. It should be very big, bold, $2 trillion, and be focused solely on jobs and rebuilding the once great infrastructure of our country, phase 4. The infrastructure, so they're titling these humanitarian projects under infrastructure. How brilliant is that? So he's already got it funded,
Don't
guys.
know about the codes.
I didn't have the time to go and look at those tweets, but I remember I posted an article about how he funded, I think, like 20 or 25 different states with infrastructure bills, so it's beautiful. So it is worldwide, and that the projects must be global. Now let's talk about cures and therapeutics. President Trump has taken the first step to reduce.
Why do you think he was travelling around the world when he first got, and he wasn't doing like the normal stuff they do?
The cost of pharmaceutical drugs significantly. I have seen people say, I used to pay $300 a month, I now pay $60. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to hug you. I'm so happy for you. Or if you one dose of Epifen used to cost $600 a dose, and I think it's reduced down to $50 a dose. He signed the favored nations clause.
Regeneration, exactly.
Executive order that reduced the
Earth and everything,
prices of drugs significantly. Why is this big? Because
Yeah, Charlie Freak as well educated me on the Q level and spiritual level. I'm and Colleen are very in the know. Oh, I know they are, Dave. That's why I shout Charlie Freak out, and that's why a lot of people who like to troll me can't stand Charlie Freak, and a few other people they can't stand, and they just do hit pieces on him. But I told you that, Dave. I always give you the good people that I resonate with. They are very well versed. That's why I've been saying for ages, Q is more than people realise, That's why Q's always said it's biblical, not in the man-made thing of it. I've always said that. So,
Worries the big pharma companies. They were gouging you, me, everybody. Because they were only doing it to enrich themselves. So
And it's not saying that, people always slag people off. You've been on someone's channel and they see him as something else, and they just can't get their heads around it. They can't get their heads around why I'm still on YouTube. They don't get it.
Standing the corrupt pharmaceutical companies and their price gouging. Big Pharma is getting exposed for the crooked companies that they are.
Yeah.
They make a drug to
She says that about the patents need to come down to see how expensive.
Then that drug creates a new health issue for you.
Trump's looking
then
younger all the
you
time.
need another drug to fix that third health issue, and then another, and then another. And it's a domino effect, much like when you watch a commercial.
Yeah, there's, like when we say biblical, don't just mean, it is, don't get me wrong, it is a divine plan as well. But the biblical, when you look at the Q codes, it's very multi-layered. It doesn't mean one thing, like you just said about the C cure. It means biblical proportions, like massive, worldwide, gigantic. Like I said, the Q map, when you actually look at it, is absolutely massive to what's on it. So when people look at, people who don't know, I'm not saying you don't know, I'm just saying people who don't know who go over and get confused. The Q codes do not mean one thing, they mean a lot. They're very multi-layered, and a lot of them are to do with it. Kennedys.
And the big pharma...
Because Kennedy was trying to bring in Gesara, whatever you call it. He was trying to bring that in,
Will say, this drug will help treat your sinus...
No, and that's true as well, Leona. A lot of people don't know that. They don't know that Trump doesn't even accept a wage for being president. He doesn't. And he's using some of his own money as well. But people don't research. Shouted this out before. People don't research.
Headaches. And then they talk about the side effects.
Thank you.
The side effect disclosure or disclaimer is much longer than the commercial itself. It's like, are you kidding me?
All in the films.
All their ridiculous drugs, that was their primary reason to do it, was to enrich their own.
That's why I was saying, cute. Where we go when we all go back. Where we go when we go all Baza is they put stuff out in films, and a lot of people have had to get things out in books, songs, films, where they're trying to tell you because the law one they've got to put the truth out. But they think they're putting they're telling the truth by putting it out, but not actually telling you that that's the truth. And they'll put it more in a fantasy way. I don't mean all the singers, filmmakers, Star Wars and stuff like that, The Force, all that sort of stuff, The Dark Side, all that. Singers like Michael Jackson, I believe he didn't do what they said. That's baloney. People like Prince, Purple Rain, Purple Rain, or the Queen. Didn't he die on the Queen's birthday or something? People like that would try to sing songs because some people don't look at it like, oh, it's just a song, it's not real, or it's just a fantasy movie, it's not real. Well, it does have truth in it. So when you look back now and listen to them songs, you're like, shit, all the messages were there. Do you know what I mean? Michael Jackson's messages were all there. Man in the Mirror, The Earth Song, everything. What was that song? Because this is quite relevant to the elites at the time. The they don't really care about us. Hate me, kick me, they don't really care about us. You think the government can? No, they don't.
Ching, cha-ching pockets. I'm sure all these pharmaceutical companies know there are very simple and very affordable remedies and
HCQ.
cures, but they don't make any money from it.
No, I mean, we know this.
Made more public from that
Anyway,
point.
let me just see.
All right? Are so just kind of letting you know about that. From what the angel and find out more information on this, I will please know this. This is what's going to change. Imagine if there was solar that's free, or imagine if you had
Free energy.
access to water,
Free energy, free water, free energy. So you wouldn't be paying big bills, so the money goes down for everyone worldwide. People say, who's going to work on it? AI. She says here, I believe in that. You can have AI. It's just AI is not taking over like China. You can have AI that works for us. It's balanced. When people freak out, oh no, yes you can, but it's in balance. So this is how I see it.
that they just never told you about. I
know
there's
that,
gonna be
Dave.
so many different things that I can't even imagine. And I'd like to think of myself as kind of like, kind of in.
We can't imagine.
what's
We like to
going
think we
on,
can, but
remember,
we're
I'm a
like-
low tech kind of girl, low tech, no tech kind of girl. But I mean,
Me
thinking
too.
about it's like the technologies, how expansive.
We know we're like 100 years behind, whatever it is, or even more. They try and bring something. They're going to bring it out looking like it's new, but we all know it's not.
how massive that is. That's what's really exciting about this, guys, because there's not going to be any more third world countries, guys. Can you?
Because there's no need, and there never should be. We know why they did it.
Flying cars, artificial intelligence,
Anti-gravity.
automated service. Okay, it's not the bad AI like Google was using on us, or how that John Brennan CIA group was using on us. No, it's the artificial intelligence automated service. All right. Beautiful. Free energy to a certain extent. So it may be pseudo-free, quasi-free. Heck, I pay $253. Actually, no, we pay close to $400 during the summer months for our electricity over here. I would love to pay even like 75% of that. Okay.
Exactly, free energy. Leona said, because Australia hasn't had to defend the country from a border invasion in the past, like Europe, etc., they are slow to awaken to what is happening, but it like a giant volcano. This is what I got told where a few weeks back they were saying someone in Australia were quite sleepy, they didn't know, and this is why you've had to see what you've had to see. It's not nice, but it's to awaken Australia. That's why the domino effect is happening all over the world. When this kicks off with Trump, the election, watch the world domino, boom. If you're looking in the right places, we all know this. If you're looking at the right people, that's why the QAnon big videos got taken down. Not what people are saying, thinking it's nefarious. And why is Dolly Daydream still on here? Oh, she's working for the Illuminati. Get a grip of yourself. I'm not a massive channel, and I'm not monetized either. They're monetized channels. I'm not. Thank God. I might do in the end when it's all gone back to like malevolent and not nefarious, but those people are taken down because they really go in depth with stuff like X22 report does the financial thing and everything. They'll come back. Some people have gone on the new YouTube. I hope that's new YouTubers like malevolent and people putting lies out. you know, we'll be seeing, but who knows. But, you know, every country has had something to wake them up. If you look around the world, to all the people who are naysayers, nothing's going on, it's this and that, it's not for the good, you're asleep.
The amount, any savings would be a game changer for us. When President Trump talks about vaccines, now hear me out on this, he is meant.
I've said this before, when he talks about vaccines, this is where everyone gets triggered, oh, voucher this, yeah, he was just giving him the rope to hang himself with. If the people want a vaccine because they believe in the virus, he'll give them a vaccine. They need a vaccine anyway. Want to flipping to calcify the pineal gland and heal. It'll be HCQ. The other woman the other day who does all this stuff on YouTube, spiritual. Oh yeah, he's messing around with medicines and experiment. It's not experiment. Do you really think the president of the United States would experiment with? I don't think so. HCQ has been out for years. They use it in India and everywhere against malaria, but it actually heals a lot of things, a lot. So people need to get a grip with what's going on. They want to put a vaccine out, well, we'll put one out, but it'll be a holistic, therapeutic. That's what he's been shouting out. That's what it'll be. And he wasn't shouting out you drinking bleach. He was saying before they put bleach in your injections and that, but nobody listens. But like I said, if you don't know about the Q post, you don't always understand what Trump's saying. Yeah, the HEQ calcifies the pineal gland. Yes, it does. That's one of the things that it does, and a lot of people need that because they're so decalcified in the pineal gland, they're so in the left brain, they're so this, that, and the other. So yeah, and it heals. So yeah, it heals.
Mentioning it as a calm or a communication to us that he is cleaning up the corrupt pharmaceutical.
Yeah, someone's saying they take ye old sage. I take HCQ. Yeah, a friend I know went in hospital. They thought they had the you know what. They didn't. It was a flu because that all it is people have lost their marbles, and they had HCQ and they feel a lot better. So you know, and it's not going to be hundreds of dollars or anything. Really cheap.
Industry. Oh my gosh! Even right now, we have a few legitimate vaccines. So
Because all vaccines weren't meant to be bad. It's just that they got in there. So it's not saying that every single one is, but we've got legitimate ones.
Oh, when he's talking about vaccines, they're all good, but he's also making it very clear. Those are messages telling the pharmaceutical industry.
I also heard today on Camelot Castle, I only popped in for 2 minutes. We were talking about EpiPens and some ambulance driver who said he's not doing something they wanted him to do because it's against his morals, because that's why people have got to, if you're in jobs and you know you're doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing, you should be standing down. They're talking about EpiPens, and I said to my dad, there was something about EpiPens, because he said something about they've took a lot away and they don't know why, and I thought, I've heard something about EpiPens, and what it was, if EpiPens are left long enough and they go off, something like this, it turns into a substance like adrenochrome. Maybe they've took them off the market because they don't want them having their adrenochrome. Do you know? Just saying, just putting it out there. I remember hearing something like that.
You're done, right? Because again, all the corruption at not just individual levels, political levels, government levels, corruption of all kinds, financial corruption, corporate corruption, all of that, bye-bye. Then we asked about constitutional government, all right? This is really great.
See, we've got Laurie in chat says $5 a month for 60 tablets is what I pay for HCQ. $5 a month. Imagine if it was that side, you'd be paying like hundreds of pounds. So that's good.
Because the government is slated to be returned to a one-party government with term limits, guys. We don't have to deal with.
Leona's saying motivational doc is good to watch. So there's another channel if anyone wants to find it. Stick it in chat if you've got a wrench, by the way. Antidepressant residues in water and in fish. I don't think all countries have completely clean water yet, but it's coming, because remember, Trump said a while back we need crystal clean air, because water is a crystal. There's a crystal like vapor and you've got like liquid. Crystal clean air and crystal clean water. So we want all rid of the shit of the chemtrails, and they're not like they were, even if they're there anymore. So on and so forth, that most of us know.
Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer working with, let's say, McCarthy and Mitch McConnell trying to corruption that was going on.
So anyway, I'm not going to play it all. Please check out, I think it was in live chat, because you can go and check it out yourself. It was Santa Surfing Beach broadcast, and it's Santa Surfing with the surfboard there, and you'll find that one on the Gesara. That's what I wanted to say is, people don't be too like shouting out, where's my money? It sounds really greedy. There's people out there who need it first. There's people who don't have a pillow to sleep on. They don't have running water. Never mind about clean water. They don't have running water. They don't have this. The UN never went in and did half of those things. We all know that. The celebrities who were all singing about feed the world, that was bull crap. They don't take the money. They build like a couple of houses, film it, show it you on, and you'll go, yeah, that's where my money's gone. That isn't where your money's gone, because it's been proven they've gone there and someone's just gone, they've built like 5 houses and that's it. They haven't done, they've put a well in there for water, because they have to do bits, because it has to be seen. And, if anyone went somewhere, they're like, oh, yeah, they did do that. So they have to do little bits, but it's not where the majority of the money goes. Most of us know that. So I'm just saying, I'm not in the thing of like people shouting out, where's my money? Greedy people that want something for nothing. It has to go to the people who need it first. Things will trickle down in certain different ways, like she was saying there, this worldwide, about free energy, and maybe we won't be paying a lot for it. So if we're not paying a lot for our bills, our energy comes down, because what are the most biggest bills we pay for is our energy. Striving to work to pay for that when it's free anyway, as we know. Nikola Tesla, and certain taxes that we shouldn't be paying because we didn't make the wars, they did. So when all these start to drop, which I believe that will come in eventually, we're going to be better off. So I don't believe people are going to have to work as hard as they want us to ground our bones into the ground, because that's what they want to do. And then when we retire, we end up dying and that, because we're too knackered and all that, all that stuff. I use coconut oil. I use coconut oil, a baking soda, and a few drops of essential oil, peppermint, and my toothpaste instead of fluoride toothpaste. It keeps you So I think people swill with it, don't they, as well? So there's loads of So that's what I'm saying. I just wanted to bring that. Michael Jackson was set up. I don't actually believe he's dead. We'll find out, won't we? I'm just saying. Because they said the last one will be magical. There's lots of great things that are going to come after the crap. We know this. But this is how I feel at the minute. I'll show you. I feel like this. Most of us do. And it says, if you can't see it, the Great Awakening. We are the chosen souls here to witness the greatest events in all of human history. Boom. And people go, what? You're the chosen souls? The souls that can see what's going on, apart from to the ones who are asleep. I hate saying that, but people are asleep. They haven't got the wise eye open. We are the ones that have woke up. Don't matter when you woke up, as long as you're awakening. That are here to witness the greatest. It's brilliant. That's why Q has always said, sit back, watch the show. The greatest show on earth. It's a movie being played out. It's all unfolding. It's the welcome to the Great Awakening, wherever the book is up there. Don't know about Michael Jackson. I know, it's like, I believe it could be, because if you look, he was friends with Trump. He was friends with JFK Jr. They've known this for a very long time. They know how the system works. Think about, Michael Jackson could have been, I was going to say starseed, put in certain situations to know certain things, because he was in the music industry. Melania was a model. You need to know what was going on in these industries, because it was going on in these industries. It's like little spies. Just saying. Just putting that out there. Just putting it out there. But JFK Jr. definitely, if you've looked back on 2016 rallies with, Golden State Times, that's what I watched it on. Brilliant. With the guy with the ruby, I did a video on it ages ago, the people that saw it. Ruby, Women for Trump and the Ruby, because also the whole thing with Ruby and the assassination, but also his cat was called Ruby and his dog was called Friday. And then the guy that looked like Vincent Fusca, but there was 2 Vincent Fuscas, and if you actually look at Vincent Fusca, he was modelling off Emmett the Clown, an American clown, Emmett, that JFK Jr. and his sister had an encounter with rubbing his greasy nose on his sister, and she got a bit freaked out, and he had to rub his nose on Jackie Onassis, because his sister Caroline got, was it Caroline? Got a bit upset. Did all the videos on that a few years ago. That's all out there, unless they've took them down, which wouldn't bloody surprise me. Did all my research on this lovely fella over here, who was wearing a cast the day he so-called flew, and wouldn't have been able to fly anyway. Funny that, isn't it? But if you know about that, if you don't, oh well. So, so like I said, for any women that just came in before, this is a great book for women. Witchy women, wise women. Women, if you want to read a book over autumn and winter, Women Who Run with Wolves. Oh my God, I've only read a bit of it and I'm like, oh my God, that just, yeah, just, oh yes. I'll just read a little bit that I read before if you've just come in. You know, wild women, witches, wild women, women of nature, you know what I mean? It's all about nature. These words, wild woman, cause women to remember who they are and what they are about. They create a metaphor to describe the force. We know what the force is. Are about. They create a metaphor to describe the force, the funds of all females. This personifies a force that women cannot live without. This book is absolutely brilliant. What else have I been doing? Oh yeah, I've put some of my I think there's someone who watches me who's after one of these little sets together. Made the box and everything, made the plastic on the top, not made it, put it all together. We've got the notebook, the little crystal pouch, put your crystals in if you like taking your crystals with you. And you can't see in there, but there is a crystal amethyst silver tone necklace. Whoop. Little sets. Maybe a Sanj is part of everything. It's a pull down of everything. Yeah, and I'm just going to pull a card out of this deck. It's like, what was it called? Angels and Ancestors, because, you know, I forgot I had this deck. Oh, one's just turned over. Ooh. I'll do 3. Did you hear Trump say, when you're in the background behind him? Yeah, and he always pointed and we know who was behind him. And if you look at the Q post ages and ages ago, it said, the truth is behind you. Look here, look there. And that was one of his, one of JFK Jr.'s last videos. He did an interview is, oh, we've got 3 there. I know. His last videos, they said, look here, look there. He turned around, he saw his dad. It's what they did at the rally, but only those who understand what I'm talking about understand what I'm talking about. I did the whole thing on that, numerology and everything. So, yeah, it's boom, boom time, people. So excited. It's hard to talk to people around you about it who don't believe it, but, you know, it's all coming. You know, I still have that thing where people say, bye, Martin, you know, I'm not bothered, it's not going to affect me. Well, it would have done. It's going to affect you anyway because you're going to hear nothing else. But what is happening in Australia is our state of Victoria needs to wake up. They will do. It can't be stopped what's about to come. So once it hits America properly, it's all been coming out for a bit anyway. It's domino effect. Oh, this is really funny because this is something that happened today, but I'm not going to go into that. Right, the cards before I go is is it Shaylin Master? Be graceful in movement and action. So in much of the movement, you know, in your actions against others as well. As we go through these times, because I was 45 in the house. I was talking to someone today that may be watching now that I've made friends with over time on YouTube anyway, got back in contact and we were talking about all the energies flying about and how people are getting angry and how people are getting confused and some people are crying and they don't know why. And I said, so all the energies that are flying about, people's thoughts, all this energy that's flying about because of all this stuff that's going on, people not knowing this, people not knowing that, anger, all this stuff. I said, just got to sit within it and think, no, what's going on? We just got to wait, you know. So be graceful. The stag, it's just very relevant. And I love this. It says, trust and thrive. Trust and thrive. Love it. And then the last one we've got, yeah, the energies are very high. I might film some tonight. I'll see. And then I love this because it's a water guardian. I'm a Pisces. Connect with your emotions. Well, we forget to connect with our emotions sometimes. We're told not to connect with our emotions sometimes. You're supposed to connect with your emotions as well. It's just that you've got to learn how to react to them, as I've said before. That is beautiful. I got a bit emotional today about something, and then I had to, something I was saying to someone, and I had to think about it after, like, you have to reflect, and it was like, oh yeah, see where that was coming. It's all alchemy. It's all about the chemicals that things set off. That's why they put in his fear. I said this before. Alchemy. Alchemy is to do with nature anyway. It's alchemy in nature, but that's it within us because we're all connected to nature. We are nature. We're part of everything. So it's alchemy. And it's learning how we're going through a process of learning how to alchemize things, transmute it. We're not letting us, we're trying not to get it to affect us because all your chemicals start bubbling. So that's why you have to go within and be like, right, is this really that thing bugging me, or is it just something trying to set me off and trigger me? That's what it's about. There's a lot of people projecting out there right now, and that is a fact. You can see it all over. I had a little cry yesterday I had a bit of one today, just something. But then after I was like, and someone else was telling me that. I said, you just let it go because water is cleansing. They say hold your emotions in, hold your tears in. No, you let it go. It's cleansing. Water is cleansing. That's why they want you to hold it in. You don't want to hold it in. That's why sometimes you have to air things in a certain way. Not always out of anger. You can do it in a certain way. That's the like, right, let's alchemize this. Let's like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go now because I am enjoying watching Discovering Witches, the series, Alchemy. We're all witches and wizards, it's alchemy, everything's alchemy. So I'm off, rise above people and remember patience. Yeah, patience is a virtue. This is what I said. There's too many people shouting out, when's this going to happen? I want it happening right now. This, and this. Future proves the past, as Q has always said. Starting to see that. It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I can't wait for next week, whatever goes down, because they can't stop what's coming. Don't matter if the news lie and say it's not this, because we're all going to know. Even if something comes just before, I just can't wait. I just cannot wait. Can't wait. I can't wait. So I'll be on Monday waffling on about the day before. I'll be on mostly on Tuesday because that's the day. I just can't wait. Yeah, thanks all for coming in, Martin, Laurie, Where We Go, When We Go, Bazza, Danny, Lois, Dave, Alyssa, Sue, hi Sue, King, Revel, ye old sage, you're an old sage as well, you know what it's all about. The man, someone who came in before but then went because he got the wrong end of the stick. Who else was up there? Oh, Effie. Is it Sandra? Yo Holo, I think it is. Just seeing if there was anyone. I can't see anyone. I've gone too far up. So anyone else? Oh, CJ is like yo. Mooney J Boots. Josephine. Anybody saying? Is it Anthony? You have to wake up early to catch the revel. Oh my God. You just cracked me up. So, Where We Go, When We Go. Well, yes, thank you. Love you, I love you all too. And like I said, thanks for all. And Lena's just popped in. Thank you all for coming in. Thank for the new people that I've just found me or decided to come and say hi in the chat, because we know I have a lovely chat, and I think a lot of people don't like that. Hi, Ken Harper. Because it's great. This is what it's all about, people getting on. We've got to remember we are human as well, and we all need to get on. But like I said before, you still need to have your boundaries with certain energies of people and stuff like that. So glad I've been able to catch you live. So busy. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. Was it all the way from Australia? And Australia is rising too. The world is rising. I don't care what anyone says, anyone who tries to bring me down, anyone tries to say anything different. It is happening, no matter whether you like it or not, no matter if you're off in the spiritual too much, it's happening. It has to happen. That can't happen. The connection with source needs to be also in your physical self, because we are in our physical self, multidimensional beings in our physical self. So you know what I mean? It's two worlds coming together, the merge, the veils are thin. You have to be working in this realm as well as that realm. It's about balance. You can't be two in there and you can't be two in here. You can't be too left-brained all the time. You can't be too right. But it's all about balance. This is where we're going back to. So we've all had a rough past few years. It's coming, and I'm so glad because, I've stuck with this. I've been very consistent. There's people out there that like to pull me down, say I'm not a positive person. You only have to go back to my first video when I was first on YouTube. I've always sat up to the camera like a friend having a cup of tea. I've always been positive about anything I was talking about. everything. That's been me all the way through. Yeah, she's good as well. Yeah, I watch sometimes, but you know when you know what's going on, you know what's going on. I can't watch too much now because if you know, you know, and you're just doing your work, and it's great to see the after what you call it, you know, everyone realigning. But it is great, Dave. And with the queue, when I got into queue and the whole you know, getting into that thing, that you've got to realise you can't stay in the holes, you've got to come out of it or you'll stay stuck there. I know that. It brings you back to yourself, your higher self, and all that sort of good stuff. Is I stayed on it. I never faltered when the people thought it went down and got overtook, because it didn't. Soul-heartedly, being on it like a trooper, never faltered. So we will see now. It's a time for the revealing, the thinning of the veil, not just there. You know, there's lots of things going on interdimensional. This as well in the 3D. So we'll see, and that's why I say people shouldn't be arguing. People shouldn't be doing silly posts on people, even the president, because you're going to look stupid if something does come out and it does go the way we're saying on this timeline. I believe it will. You know, because can feel it, you know what I mean? So the new Queen of England. Oh yeah, well, I think I should actually take over Dollywood. I think Trump, if you're listening, should give me Dollywood. We can all meet there and it'd be really, really good. You know, I've always said that as a joke. But and Laura Eisenhower did a really good thank you to President Trump, because she was going to meet him at one point before lockdown about, you know, Eisenhower thing and this, that and the other. And as I've said before, if Donald Trump is watching, because we know the Alliance watches people, I just want to say the people of the UK who know what's going on, love and appreciate what you're doing for the world. You know, not just America. We understand it's America first, the world. Everyone's got to take their country back. I love you, you know, because you're helping the people see, so it helps people wake up. So we, the people, take our, you know, we rise, we take our countries back. We're the ones we've been waiting for to do this. I think, you know, just like Nigel Farage said, one of the bravest people out there to go against these tyrannical cabal Luma donkey people. We're doing it, and I want to say thank you. It's been an amazing ride. I'm so excited with what's coming. The UK, of the people that know what's going on, we truly will be voting with our hearts. We can't vote in person, but we will be voting with our hearts. That's all I want to say. Yeah, we love you, Trump, from the UK. You'll be seeing a lot of people doing this, I think, worldwide, because it's all out there, and all that stuff. So yeah, where we go, one we go all. It's nearly there, but stuff might come out before. I don't know what days it's Thursday. I'm just getting too excited. Yeah, UK loves Trump. Thank you, Diddy Creefield, is it? So yeah, so I'll see you all soon. I'm trying to not come on because I'm trying to just chill, and the energies are going about. I'm trying to just be like reserving my energy for next week, because you know I'll be on like dolly mode. I will be on dolly mode. You know what I'm like when I'm on dolly mode. So thanks all for coming in. Thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, because they are unsubscribing people. And I've also noticed when I put hearts next to people, they've been taking them off. But we know how they play the games. And I do believe in the end, all the people that are making nasty ass videos of not the truth, and the ones that, you know, steer people in the wrong direction, I reckon they'll either go down in the end, or they'll be there for all to see, because all of us would have seen it anyway. I'm seeing a lot of karma come back to people as well, is the weirdest thing. I'm not going to say who they are, but it's absolutely like, oh my God, even that's happening, like, wow. But yeah, I've been unsubscribed 2 times. I'm not surprised, Dave. YouTube playing the games, as we all know. But yeah, so like I said, have a good evening. I'm off to watch, if you're interested again, The Discovery of Witches, Sue Clark. And women, get this book. You're absolutely gonna love it. Women who won. Women who win. We're winning. Women who run with wolves. Really good. Autumn, winter read to cozy up to. It's just, oh. You know, when you get a book and you're like, oh yeah. Oh yes. So I will see you all soon. Thanks for dropping in. And if you want to make a coffee donation just before I go, I don't mean now, I mean if anyone does, Effie might put it into chat. But you know, I'm transparent, and I do put that up sometimes because some people want to do that, sometimes because it is an energy exchange. I love hearing people from other countries say they pray for us here. We pray, we put intentions out for, it's worldwide, so it's a worldwide intentions, worldwide, because the world's in this together. You know, we're in this together. That's what where we go one, we go all stands for. It's not an American thing that people think it is. It's where we go one, we go all. We're all in this together. We're all one. We're doing it together. So when I see other countries waking up, it's like, yes, you Australia. But we know there's loads that are already awake. Australia, there's not much to go now, you know what I mean? So you are rising. We're all rising together, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. There it is again, 34 and 43, the other way around. Always happens when I'm talking about stuff. So yeah, love to the Vibe Tribe. Yeah, love to the Vibe Tribe in there. I don't think Effie's there actually, but you know, it comes up in some live chats and all that. So yeah, so I will see you all soon. Like I said, have a great Thursday day, evening, afternoon, whatever, I don't know, wherever it is, wherever you see it, and I shall see you most likely on Monday. I'm going to try and stay off. I know I come on for little breaks now and again, unless something pops out, but you know, I'm going to try and reserve my energy for next week. And if you want to see what I'm up to, you can go over to Dolly Daydream on Instagram, and where I put all my creations up, we'll be on Dolly Lama Designs on Instagram as well, if you're interested. Someone's just been asking from Australia anyway, so that's really nice. It's nice to get your things around the world. Pump that energy out. Whoop, 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 pump it up. So that's all I'm saying. I'm in one of the moods. I'm going to have to go. Right. See you all soon. Bye. I can't get off.